Alexa for helping me to unlock the orientation of my phone. The live would not let me go live landscape. So now it can, but actually I've moved this. I thought I'd do it like this so you can see my head, but it's probably better the other way. But as you know, I'm messing around with all of the microphones, the videos, how we do our classes, and kind of trying to work out what the best way is. So please bear with me while we're doing this. Anyway, let's get started because we're 7 minutes behind schedule. So let's actually start with hands on heart. Bend the knees, nice Ouija pose. Take it, the eyes down, closing them. Directing your awareness inside. Just stay here for a moment and take the hands down. Little triangle over the lower dantian. And breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Bringing our awareness into the room, into this moment, into our practice, allowing whatever we have going on at the moment to dissipate. And just refresh my memory. So the emotions around this time that are acquired are fear. No, they're not. I was going to say that's not right. They're sadness, grief and depression. And you think of this time is all of the leaves and the foliage all sort of dying away and falling away and letting go. Nature is letting go. It's this time for us to release with ease and flow, having courage to let go of things that we've held on to. So all of the summer months, we've got this beautiful, lovely weather that we've had, quite a late summer, and now the energy is definitely changing as we're moving into the equinox. We're already in this equinox energy, and the weather's sort of changeable again, and the temperatures are dropping, or they may be rising if you're in the southern hemisphere. So you've got the reverse of that happening down there. But please excuse the pussycats. So breathe in that fresh chi, that fresh awareness, and breathe out. I'm going to start with clearing our mental energy. So we're going to take the hands up over the head, around. As we bring them down, we're going to bend. We're going to cross them down. We're going to wrap them round us like this. And just for here, for starters, while Boris plays with his ball, with his toys, and up again. And we'll start at the middle until we're warmed up. Getting a gentle bend here in the back. So we're moving, literally, essentially, we're just moving up and down nice and gently. But we're taking the hands and crossing one way and then the other. Opening up under the arms. So it's the autumn and we're working with the element of metal, which is for the lungs and the large intestines. Our breath. So think I'm doing this quite quickly, just to warm you up a little bit. Now we're going to take that slowly, and this time we're going to go a little bit further. You can stay with where you were if it's uncomfortable, but bend the knees. If not, come down and wrap around and then lift up. So slowly, slowly, slowly coming down, bending the knees and wrapping them around to the behind the knees. The hands go. Take a breath down here, release, and coming up. Now, this is called clearing the fog. And think of the fog, of the mists that we get this time of year, but also think of brain fog. Waking up and feeling a little bit muzzy-headed. This is great to do. Up. Out with the breath. In with the breath, nice and slowly. Warm. There's my grey flinging off the metal colour. And then come into a nice gentle cleansing breath. That's where we bring the hands up. So step the feet apart into a ridgy pose, nice bent knees. And we're going to gently twist the body from side to side with the hands and stretch. So hold. Rocky. Pussycat growling at the other cat outside. And then on the opposite side. And gently breath in between. Please excuse me for a moment. Who's growling at? Hey! Leave him alone. I'm calling him. No. You know he's a bit of a grumpy pants. I need to get back to class, guys. Lively household. So where are you? I'm going to start on this side. And exhale. So as you're moving these from side to side, you're feeling in here where we're working with the large intestine as well, but we're also gently massaging all of these internal organs. With any of the twisting movements we do, we're gently twisting, wringing. Think of wringing out a piece of cloth. Now breathe in, breathe out. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And then bring the hands up and down. Up and down. Cleansing breath. One more time. Now this time take the hands up. Bring them down the side. And stay on this side. Stay, so you're gently stretching, that cleansing breath. Lifting the arms slowly, slowly. And down. And then come to centre, cleansing breath in the middle. Just one for now. And then come to the left side, or your left side, my right. Up with the arms, down with the arms. And then one cleansing breath. Now bring the hands up and down. Close the eyes. in, breathe out. In and out. Focusing your awareness inward. Any sadness, any grief, think of as it rises. We allow it to fall out, to be released, but not holding on to it. We let it go. We breathe in. As those emotions come up, they're like waves. Allow your body to be like a wave with your hands, with your breath, with your release, with a sense of letting go. Just following the trees, knowing that everything that is a challenge for us in our life can become our wisdom, to transform that energy, just like the trees, allowing things to fall away from them, to seep into the ground, and they recycle the mineralization. The mushrooms and the other little things around help with as the leaves degrade, they go into the earth and the minerals to be recycled by the trees, by the earth, by everything. Now, step one leg out, one hand comes up, oh, one hand goes up, or one hand comes around, then pull back like a bow, push forward, then the hands come all the way over, that arm stays there, this one pulls back, and push, pull, over, push, pull, over, our archer's bow. So what will your focus be for this autumn? What are you letting go of? What are you releasing? The dance of movement of the archer's bow. Flow. What do you want to clear and cleanse with the energy of the season? What are you saying goodbye to in your life? Who are you saying goodbye to in this beautiful dance of life? Breathing in, breathing out. Ebb and flow like waves. And then keep your hands above your head. Your arms might be burning. Step in. Link them together. You can see me. We're up on our tippy toes. And release. And again up. And release. Let the arms stay down by the side. And we'll do a bit of shaking, which we haven't done this week yet. Focus more on that shaking. So shake down the arms, allowing that sense of release. I'm going to take my crystal bracelets off. So, just shake. Yes, Summer, I'll open the back door in a little bit. So I want to go out. She's been escaping. She's so light she can go up and under the fence. So shake the hands, the arms, and bounce from the knees. So shaking resets our nervous system. So if you're feeling any sense of sadness or grief, don't force yourself to stop crying. Always allow, tears themselves are a sense of release. If it's overwhelming you somewhat, then you shake shake through and bounce from the knees. Breathing in, breathing out. With the air. Bring the hands up and shake. Keep the shaking going, and if you can, for a full reset, 3 minutes. But you can shimmy it, you can shake it, like lift the legs up, however you want to give it a little bit of freestyle. Shake. When the arms are up, we're working more with the lymphatic system, Olympic system of the body, and down. And come to a stop. Allow your hands, you should feel tingling as the energy is flowing. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow your hands then to come to your lower dantian. Step your feet in together, so you're in bamboo in the wind. We're going to then place our right leg forward, step forward, drop one of your hands, whatever leg you've put forward, don't worry if it's the right or left, put the opposite hand behind you. Closing the eyes, feel your body's posture. Feel your foot beneath you nice and flat. Feel your leg that's forward, that's nice and flat. And then your stomach, you're holding with your right or left hand. If you've got your right hand on your belly, your right leg should be forward. And gently start to bend forward and take a bow. A bow to this moment, to this day. And come and then just stop. Feel the stretch in the lower back. Feel this area here. So whenever we're in different positions, we're working with different parts of the spine. So for now, I just want you to stretch. Just feel and breathe and hold that posture. And on your next inhale and exhale, you exhale and go over slightly further. Bowing down. Now at this point, you might want to bend the knee slightly. Don't let the knee go over the toes. And then come up. And then bring it back. Now we're going to do that on the same side, opposite side. Swapping our hands. To start with, we're just stretching out that back before moving into our normal posture. So nice straight back to start with. Inhale, exhale, over. So you're about 45 degrees. And breathe and hold in this position. Feel the stretch. Feel into your feet. Feel the calves. The feet are flat on the ground. Your same hand, so for me that's my left hand is on my belly and my left hand is forward from my right leg. And I'm going to now bend with the next breath. Inhale, exhale over deeper and hold. Getting that nice stretch in the lower lumbar area of the back. And next inhale, exhale over. This time feel the stretch in the back of the calves, behind the knees. And then come up and step back. So we've stretched out those muscles, give them a little shake. And do something very similar now with the hands and the arms, but we're going to bring some more movement and flow into that. So hand goes over the belly, one behind. When we do that, we bend we lift. So breathe in, arms come up. Breathe in, balance. Bring up your leg. You can't really see me, can you? Bring up your leg. As you place the leg down, the hands come down. The hand, same hand as leg, comes to the belly, and you bend and you take a bow forward. As you come up, the leg comes up, the arms come up, and you place the feet back down together. This time, arms come up, opposite knee comes up. Breathe in as you place them down. Opposite hand, same hand as leg, comes forward. You take a bow and you bend over. We repeat. And repeat that. So switch back. Leg up, leg forward, and bow. Leg up. Breathe in, breathe out. Lots to think about here. Breathe in. Balance. The balance between the seasons, which is what the equinox is. The shift. As we've moved from late summer to autumn, as we move from autumn to winter, think of the balance of things in your life. Your breath in, breath out. Mind should be focusing on the body, the posture, the in-breath, the out-breath, and the subtlety of flow of movement. And in. And out. And still wobble lightly. And one more. In. And out. Like a swan, gracefulness. And you're still getting that little stretch that we were doing before when you're bending. And out. And engaging the back. Step arch forward as you bend over. And up. And gently, softly down. And coming to a cleansing breath. And that twist again. This time, so you're not completely around, just looking to the right, the side, down, the centre, and the side, and the centre. Now bring the hands up into a T shape. Take a breath and T shape. This time we exhale through the mouth. Oh, can you hear me? I posted something. Through the mouth, and as we exhale, we're going to do this in quick succession. So do it slowly to start with, breathing in. So this time we're exhaling through the mouth rather than just the nose. Now we're going to bring that breath in quick succession. If you feel uncomfortable, stay in the slow. Otherwise, with me. Release. And shake it out. We're going to move into a little bit of a deeper breath work, but first let's just do some lung breathing. So spinal cord breathing, bring the hands up and roll them down. This time bring the hands, the thumbs in, so you create this shape. And next time with your out breath, come to the heart and circle. We're going to continue with that sound, but in between we're going to stroke over the lungs, circulating, visualizing that white light. White is connected with the lungs for this season. White is also all of the colours create the white, so the rainbow. So imagine that white flowing in, fresh chi, fresh ki, fresh prana with your breath. And with your next inhale, again, fresh chi. And when you're exhaling out, exhale as till you can't anymore, and you can keep going for longer than you think you can. And exhaling and letting go, just like the trees, with ease and flow, for it to be recycled, regenerated. And again, deep breath in. Again, breathing in, breathing out. In. Oh, excuse my tickly nose, my nose. I'm clearing where I'm detoxing. So my breath is not really the correct breath for while I'm working with what I'm doing, but you should be breathing in through the nose and out through the nose through all our postures. If you have a cold like me, then you might need to breathe out through the mouth. And sorry. Hence why I've not been using the nose. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathe in, deep breath in, and deep breath out. Leaving the hands down. Okay. Bend, come down to the knees. Slowly roll the spine up. In and wave-like motion without the arms. Compressing those internal organs as we bend, massaging them in a different way. And then we're going to come round and look behind. Now, if you can only get to here, that's fine. Listen to your body, feel into what your body needs. You can come as far back as you can and hold here with a few breaths. Now this posture is really good for emotion. If you have any emotion that you are working through, any grief or any emotional trauma, this position of like twisting out and wringing out, and do the same on the other side. Feet stay where they are. And round. And looking behind, looking where we've been, and spending time reflection. coming to front. Now, before we sit down, you can do this sitting down if you wish. All of what we were doing, you could have, some of it can be done seated. I will do a completely seated version of what we've done for those that have any issues. So just let me know if that's something you'd like me to do. And we'll do a whole video perhaps rather than postures. So from now though, I want you to lift your right leg up if you can, balancing it. Same hand, hold on to balance. You need to look at the same spot for posture. The other hand comes through and holds the ankle here, and you bend that knee that you're balancing on. Hold and hold that for a few breaths. This is, you might have seen Donna Eden done this. This is part of energy work, which lots of the moves are obviously based on the ancient art of Qigong. Hold that balance. Bend and release. If you have trouble doing that, and we're going to do both, cross the hands together, rotate them up. You can do that with the leg at the same time. Holding and balancing. For now, we go to the other side, so bring the foot up. This one's my harder one to do. Hold same leg as foot, hand comes through. Hold and then bend into that. Breathe deeply. Bilateral crosses, so energy gets stuck sometimes. And again, you can leave the foot there. Balance if you've got your knee still like me, and you can hold on the opposite side. And release the foot down, arms down. Feel into your body. I'm going to come to work, Kathy. I was going to sit by the computer for our meditation, but let's bring you over. Come to a seated position if you are not seated. I haven't got all the candles are over there. And we're going to work with some muscles on our face before we go into our meditation. So, we're going to start with our crown pause. So putting your fingers here between the forehead, just gently pulling them across. And as you do this, start to move them back towards, we're going to end up here. So if you're worried about your hair, it might be easier if you've got your hair up to take it down. Just teasing the hair follicles apart. Don't worry about messing with the hair, you can give it a shake after. Going down the centre, crossing over all of the meridians, slowly coming to the bottom of the neck, cupping the neck and holding, breathing in, breathing out. Just hold yourself there, and breath in, breath out, before coming round to the throat and holding here. From here we're going to go up, we're going to wash over the face, rub the hands together, get some heat. This opens up the gates in the hands. Come up from the chin, go over, as if you're washing water droplets in the shower. And then run the fingers through, that's 2. We can do this 12 times. continuing with this stay in motion, but here we're going to breathe in and out and go round the face. So we go up and down, up and down. And stop at the bottom. And then we take our thumbs and we come down over the nose, down the chin. Coming to the bottom of the nose, inward circles 12 times. Here in our clear eye points. And then just under the eyebrows, you can lean forward, you can see me. Here we're going to pinch and just little circles here. Take those hands then round and round the eye, completely circling the eye. And then from here, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And your temples and the tapping points that we use going up, back, down and around, up, back, down and around. Now this one you're probably familiar with, and as to why most people instinctively do this when they have a headache. It helps clear this point where lots of the meridians meet. Circling. And then coming down this jaw, I'm going to go up from here, from the middle of the chin up to the ears. Now working through like we would on the feet, different parts of the body, and the ears. Rub the hands together again and make like little scissor cutting notes and rub either side. This one's for the kidneys. And then just pinch along the ears and down, flicking off. Okay. Hands over the eyes and breathe in through the nose. So your nose is poking out the bottom. Just covering your eyelids. If you want to sit forward, you can. And rest your elbows on your chest. Just holding in this posture. Slowly bring the eyes down, the hands down, coming down over to the thymus, and stay here for a moment. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Hands coming down to the spleen where we were working with in the summer. under in between the cleavage, just below the cleavage here. And then bringing down to the lower dantian. And breathe here. And then put your hands, then place them face down on your legs, one on either side, one on either leg. Visualize your star, our daily filter. Above the head, breathing in, breathing out. Visualize that star now floating down. It's spinning so fast, it's like a white ball, which is what we call the ball of Qi. Go with it, starting from atop the head, slowly dropping into your cave of Brahma, through the cave of Brahma, clearing the throat, through the fluttering thymus, through the heart. And just linger here. As you go through the heart, feel the connection to the earth going out to the side, your wings of your Merkaba. Some see this as the line as it moves so fast, it's like it makes a cross. Aligning with the earth in the horizontal planes, and anything associated with the horizontal planes, any of the energies, the beautiful energies of Gaia, of earth, of the crystal caves, of the dimensions within earth, are in this point in time or geographical location. And then float down with your awareness to the belly, to the fire, to your cauldron. Here I feel it filling up. The star continues to go down the legs. It splits right and left brain hemispheres divided, the masculine, the feminine, but both present, going down to the ground through your feet, and out beneath you, below you, to your spinning disc. It's about 1.5 meters below your feet. Feel that disc. Wherever you move, it's anchored. Even when you are moving around, you're anchored to that point. Whether you're in an airplane, in a car, you always have that point. Connected. It is your anchor, your grounding. But we're going to go further with our minds, with our imaginations, our conscious awareness. Go down into the mantle through crystalline structures until you get the liquid molten core. The metals within earth, molten. And then breathe up, knowing that those strengths, those elements for this season are with you. Breathing that in, breathing that out. Just stay with your breath as I pull one of the gateways, connecting to your heart, taking time in presence. to be in this now moment, to be grateful for this now moment, this day ahead. Receiving from the angels, shimmering wings of angels, embers, and embrace me, the embers of that molten, that warmth stays with you like coals that you cook on. They radiate heat and warmth and surround you in a shimmering, shining essence. Feathers float around you from loved ones, receiving their gifts. Carl Gray always says to say, thank you when you see feathers. Thank you for reminding me of your presence. So be thankful for the reminders of the presence and the gifts of loved ones, those little symbolic things that mean only something to you that's special. Maybe it's just a song playing, a memory, a moment that makes you smile, a blessing. Maybe it's a symbolic gift from the fairy folk that you see. The elementals are very present right now. The winds, the rain, the shifting presence of the season. Give thanks for the changing, ever-present elements that are within your body. And feel and receive with love. To receive, we must have open hearts, open hands. We can't be holding on to old hurts, old things. We can't be open and receptive if we're like this. If we're like screwed up hands and tight. So we want open hands. So those hands that you might have placed still on your thighs, I want you to turn them up, telling the universe, telling your body's emotional intelligence is saying, I am open and receptive. And swing your hands up above as the Wiccan pose. I am open and receptive to all good. Whatever I need comes to me and through me. I receive with open heart, with loving clarity and understanding from the highest good. Now bring those hands to the heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the blessings of my day, for the blessings of the moment, for the blessings of the air in my lungs. I release, thinking of that large intestine we're working with, release with ease and grace. I no longer hold on to that which does not serve me. Breathe in, breathe out. For I know if I hold my breath, I have to let go so that I can breathe in again. And just stay here for a moment. And breathe. Allow these sounds to flow through you and over you. And just breathe in and breathe out. Serai uroko ai han uro kai ai lai nai ushururu ushururu si ai u sai o kul lana Isayona Isayona Guru Unan Nihururu Sururo Urumaha Ilayuna Ilayuna Isanu Tiasano no kulo kakiala kita tatururutai kai kotorura kiatai e atono ne yashuro kotora kakakai e kanuru kotoru katai akatai akotoro koto urakai atadari atai ahayu kuro katai urukukari akai ukukuri ataturu katai Itai hahaye ana hete ayururu katia tururu kota inna yunuru ninu rakanine nakaruru shkurayana me hula Mahusoha Kayayo no Bringing that down into grounding presence. Ero shororora yanea. Ekayorororoshko of the ancestors of the earth. Enayohohonehe. Ekaya hayanita. Enatiti ayaku. Asananaki ayoro. Enananaki anononoshono. Blessings for your day, blessings, beloved, blessings from the ancestors, blessings from the angels, the star beings, the galactic ones, that which is an expression of my soul being, reflecting from my heart to you. Allow the sounds to resonate within your cave of Brahma to awaken your soul language. Enura kia hanai. Inanurura yati aya inuolokai. This day and every moment that you hear this, the inayurita kia tuturu kutura yatika yaturu yayoro itayo konayata. Through whichever pitch and resonance the heart needs to speak. Know that all is well in this present moment. You are being embraced with love. Indurarish kai ururula e ena e tatatikia is clearing the mists. Eni turaya, discern with and through the heart always. Ikura nekia is the nanakata. This is not a simple task. Enayeshka, it is a practiced one. Bring it to the moments of your day. My blessings, beloveds, blessings for your now moment. A message from me is to just breathe into this now moment. Your eyes may be open, may be closed. Just think about being grateful for this moment in time, every moment consecutively, with every breath. As you move through your day, feel this sense of wellness, this connection to yourself, to your soul. May I remind you of this. Take it through everything you do. Speak through and hear through that beautiful light. May it emanate from every part of you, with your movements, with your joys, with your woes. Blessings. I will see you tomorrow, Friday at 6:30 a.m. These videos, you're probably viewing this tomorrow because it seems to take a long time to upload. Maybe because I put not for children. Please be patient with this. Hopefully with time, I think also the more people that view, the more people that like and share, it kind of gives credence to how quick they'll upload as well, because they assume that it's fine and people are liking it and it's all good kind of thing. But I'm not 100% certain on that. I'm just kind of guessing really, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you've enjoyed these few videos, if you're new to this channel, please like and share with anyone you think would benefit from this. Anyone maybe that's suffered from injury or is getting back into exercise, Qigong is great for that. Or if you just want to come and have our morning alignments, I will finish with a card of the day. I did pull Receiving from the Angels, but Wisdom from Avalon. Yeah, these are created by Colette Baron Reed. Let's see. I'm definitely feeling a sense of connection to the elementals at the moment, and to how elements, nature and being outside, and those of us that are grid workers, we will be feeling the call to where we need to go right now. And you may be one of those people. If it's you, please listen. And if it's somewhere you can't get to, say it's the other side of the world, maybe you're living in the UK and you're being called to Hawaii, then I'm being told to say, get images, get pictures, and connect with the culture of that land, wherever it is you're being called to, and just connect with the energy and the cultures which would draw you to that, because you don't need to physically be there. It's stronger if you are, but if you're not, it's fine, because energetically we are connected to every part of this universe, vast universe that we live in. It doesn't matter where you are, you can go to those spots. Blessings. What is the wisdom we need to share in this now moment? I thank you. On the guidance of my heart, the swan, or we were working with the swan. Beauty and grace. So, my eyes are in this one. It says, transformation, trusting the psychic gifts. It's a message to me or a message to you. Trust what's coming in. I've been feeling there's this sense of almost like a psychic attack on a lot of light workers, and I don't like to tune into the energy of that, but we're very psychic in nature. We are telepathic. I mean, my members and I play around with this literally physically and sending things. But if someone's sending you things without even realizing they're doing it, and a lot of people don't realize they're doing it, if, say, for example, someone's upset with you, you can feel it. They may not realize. You can feel it obviously by their body language and stuff, but you can literally, you don't have to, you can be across the world and know that someone's angry with you. It just kind of comes to you. Like I said, everything is connected. And trusting how we perceive that, having grace to just go, it's okay, all right, and sending love to that. Because love, if you send back, sometimes it's that defensiveness that you want to get up and you feel like because you feel that energy of what's been directed at you sometimes. It may not be that, I'm just using that as an example. But if you are someone that's in a state of heart, of your heart, and you're in integrity to your heart, then you let naturally just emanate that. So that's what goes back. And then the lessons, because what we get out, what we put out, we get back. If you're putting out love, love is what will come back. If you're putting out defensiveness, fear, aggression, that's what will come back tenfold. This is like a Wiccan kind of philosophy. Now, I believe we create our philosophies even by looking at this. So I will read you what the wisdom says for the day, but needs to keep an eye on the time. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we're all right. We're just running over slightly, but I do want to read what this says, but I want to read my interpretation first. Think of how the swan, the ugly duckling, becomes the swan. This is a card for me. It symbolizes transformation into that beautiful swan. Now, sometimes we have to move through the ugliness of things around us, of not seeing and seeing our own selves as beautiful. It's that story of the ugly duckling. So it's transcending our own shadows. We have to view and witness and discern those energies in us reflecting. So if there's stuff coming towards us, it's because on some level we are emanating that out. We get what we put out. It's that reflection. The universe shows us our beliefs in reality around us. If you have a belief set, it will show up for you. So that's why we say, where your focus goes, where your energy goes, your focus goes, your energy flows. So keeping your thoughts positive. You can't always do that if you're sad, if you're dealing with grief. And as I said, metal is about grief and sadness, then clearing that. So it's letting go with grace, understanding, having that wisdom, and like the ancients, knowing that the death of something means the birth, a beginning. People always fear in tarot cards the death card, but actually often the death means an ending, but it also means because there's a new beginning, a new birthing, a new chapter happening, a new cycle. We're moving into this new cycle, a new season. It's one of my favourite seasons, the autumn. It looks rather beautiful, or spring if you're down below. So I will read you what the wisdom coming through this card, but this is saying to me, it's about transformation, trusting in the divine guidance that comes through, trusting in your gifts, our natural gifts to alchemize our lives, to alchemize our journeys, and to alchemize in general. So what page is this? Number 12. Too far. The swan. The swan represents transformation from one state to another, from the ugly duckling to the beautiful swan. This signals a period of growth that will ultimately be life-changing. The swan says that you may change so much that you may not recognize yourself in the end. Most important, it's time to honor and love this change within yourself, for then only the most beautiful reflections will shine back at you from the mirror of your life, what we were saying. The swan says, dive in, you will love who you become. it also reminds you that you need to trust your intuition and your psychic gifts to guide you as you go through the process of wonderful and ultimately change. The swan is the compassion of the high priestess. One of the things I was looking at, now I'll finish this and I'll add that at the end, who has the ability to part the mists, which is what we've been doing for this, so perfectly aligned for today's class, that serve to separate Avalon from the physical world. The swan can dive into the lake on her behalf and find treasure that human eye cannot see. The swan reminds you to see with your heart and listen with your spirit, and the whole world can magically be transformed. What was we saying earlier? So see beyond that mists, clearing the mists. That was the one we were doing. Let the mists of the mind dissolve with clarity. Actually, I'll go into that into a separate. I was looking into galactic astrology, and there's these 4 stars, and like the royal stars, and we were having this discussion. I was messaged by what's her name? Emily. She's one of the starseed ladies. Emma someone, I can't remember. Anyway, but basically was saying royal, and I was like, well, people think, oh, royal princess, that's lovely, but actually it was nothing to do with lead. It was about being a leader, but not in the sense that we have in our modern world. We have a different perspective on what leadership is. We think of leaders as the people in charge, and actually and power. And it has something to do with that because it comes with great power. But it was more about wisdom keeping, more about how you held and was a guide and guidance. So when we connect to these beings of our ancestors, they are the royals. They are the guidance, because it's the guidance from in. It's that wisdom from within. And although it was to do with, you can go back recent history, it's more about landship and over people, but it was more of holding that wisdom and holding space, and a space keeper, sacred space keepers, but also being able to connect with that part of you that holds the wisdom, because the wisdom come from the divine ones, and that was a blessing if you were able to have that. It's a different sense of seeing what is regal. And to me, royalty is self-sovereignty. It's governing our own emotions, being able to, over our emotional body, when it bubbles up, when it waves, to be able to steer that anchor amongst the sea of that mist of the mind that can come over us, and go beyond it, and to connect with the heart. And the heart is the true gems, the true treasures of the king of the queendom that we step into as priestesses, kings, queens, governing our own ships within our life, not governing over others. That's nothing to do with it. It's about the regal stuff, and it's calling that sense of the transformation that we all go through, like the hero's journey. And that's what I'm thinking. So this is longer than I had planned, but I've tagged on today's, and I'm going to put that in the Telegram. So thank you for joining me. Does this ring true for you? Are you feeling that you need to step into your power and feel a need for protection? Is that coming up for you? Do you feel like you need psychic protection? If you do, then there's a sense that you need to, like we do with the shield, think of it not as a shield. You need to drop the shields, because you need to clear and understand in the knowing of your heart that there is no need to fear. because you are this beautiful divine being that nothing can touch you. So it's a sense of coming out of the fight or flight automated nervous system of coming into, if you like, depending on what your own beliefs are. And but yeah, I'm also saying, feel that grace within your life, the grace of the swan, the beauty. Where is there beauty around you in your life? Look around at the beauty. If you want to look to the external, look for the beauty in every detail, in every situation. I mean every situation, because you will find some. I know that's hard in some, and it reminds you that in those times you must close your eyes and feel the beauty of that need, not the need, but the sense of aliveness within you. You are here in this moment. You are present. And take that for the rest of your day. Blessings. I will see you tomorrow morning, and hopefully this will be uploaded by then.